So I met with a young couple last week and they had a very simple question for me, and that was, what's the least amount of money we have to have in order to buy a house? And somebody at an open house today here in Costa Mesa asked me almost the exact same question. Well, it turns out that you can actually buy a house right now in Orange County with a 3% down payment. There are special first-time homebuyer programs, and then there are just loans available at 97% loan to value. Of course, there are also 5% down loans available as well. Now, of course, as in with any mortgage loan, you have to qualify for it. But, and this is the important thing to know about these first-time homebuyer loans and any of the 3% loans, these aren't some special, you have to be perfect in every way, and the kind of person that doesn't actually need a loan in order to get one of these loans. No, in fact, as I looked into the details, they're not that much different than any other kind of mortgage loan. The qualification requirements are not that dramatic. And especially, and this is interesting, over the last few years, the playing field for these kinds of loans have actually gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Loans that 5 years ago you would have never been able to get, today you can get those loans. So that's important. So I put this video together with some details and information about these special 3% down loans and other first-time homebuyer loans. Now, of course, if you have any other further questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. Fact number one, on these loans, the down payment can be a gift from a family relative. Seller and lender credits are allowed to pay for closing costs. You can literally buy a home spending only 3% of the purchase price plus about another $1,000 or so for appraisals and home inspections. Point number two, credit does not have to be perfect. Your middle credit score can be in the mid-600s and still qualify. Income verification is required. Although some of these programs do allow a cosigner, the occupant absolutely has to demonstrate regular and repeatable income. Some of these programs also have income limitations dependent on the average income in the zip code in which the house is located. You may have to take a class. Some of these limited down programs require at least one of the borrowers to get a homeownership education certificate. This usually costs a couple $100s and takes a day to get. Probably the most important thing about a limited down payment program is doing your homework ahead of time. Firstly, the margins are very tight. A typical borrower in this circumstance, with 3% down, they usually only have a little bit of money for closing costs, a little bit of money for reserves, very, very tight transactions. Secondly, a seller oftentimes is very hesitant about working with such a limited down payment borrower. The perception, although not always right, is that it's a much more difficult transaction to close. The ideal way to do a 3% or a 5% down loan is to get all of the mortgage discussions and all of the qualification discussions taken care of well before you go out and look at a house. Obviously, I'd love to be able to help you with that. I've got particular systems and strategies on exactly how to go about this. And if you like, you can call me, 949-413-2371. You can also email me, michael@hausamgroup.com. Be sure to also subscribe to this channel, as regularly I update my educational videos and market upplace videos. Thanks so much and have a great day.